extent, lust is needed. And I do. Because
I disagree. Because I don't think lust.
When I get married again, I swear I'm going to be lusting.
That's
not going to be infatuation.
Okay.
It's going to be lust.
Okay, what if it's not lust? Because lust is just selfish all the way around. What if you have passion for that person?
Yeah.
That you have passion. That's not like lust.
Lustful.
Because lust will move into a place where you're take.
Yeah.
You just take.
I'm going to look up the definition for lust.
But passion, you have passion for a person and that you're in love with the person and that's a whole different thing.
Unselfish lust.
You made that up.
I did.
But it's, and I understand what you're saying, but I don't think lust is the right word.
I understand, if I see a dude, I'm talking, when I see a dude, but if I'm talking to a dude and I'm just like, oh my gosh, he's so fine, or he look good, or sometimes like his personality is making him look way better than what he really looking. I have some. And
that's what's drawing you to him.
Exactly.
Because when I see lust, I picture somebody drooling.
Yes.
No, that's you don't want that in your life. You don't want that.
Who don't want that in their life?
You don't want that in your life because that's a whole different thing. That's not love.
I want to lust over the person, but not. Maybe I'm not using lust right now.
No, you're not.
The definition passion. Is not. Okay.
You won't have passion,
Yeah,
and that's good. That's a good thing.
I think you understand.
But okay, let's move on. Okay, so when people are saying they're in love, so is love a choice, or do people just say, "Oh, I fell in love and I couldn't help it"? And because I've heard people say that I fell in love and I couldn't help it, and it was just something about them. So is love a choice or something you just fall into?
No, I believe love is a choice. I believe we choose to be in love with people.
Right.
Do you agree with that or not?
I do. I believe it's a choice. Because I can choose not to deal with you. I can have feelings for you and really want to be with you, and then I see something or I find out something. I discover something about your character that's not cool. That doesn't immediately take away my feelings for you, but it gives me that option. Are you going to continue in this or not? Are you going to continue to give yourself to this person, and it may end in a tragic way, or it might, just a waste of your time. So you make a choice. So I do think love is a choice. Your brother told me one time, he said, we were talking, and he said that love can start with a touch. Mm-hmm. And that just really did something for me. Because it was true when I started thinking back, because you can meet someone and you're just holding that person's hand, or you're not holding their hand, you're just talking. You're just having a conversation. Then all of a sudden the person touch you, not grab you, not hug you, just touch you. Mm-hmm. And you feel something in that touch.
Right.
And it can change the mindset right then. It's like how you're really looking at that person. And then the hand holding or something else. Something still innocent, nothing, you're not kissing or anything, but you're starting to feel the bond with that person. So being in love is a process. Love is a process. If you want to take time to get to know someone, then that's what you should do. I mean, you have to get to know the person. And somebody asks you, you've been with this person a few months, and you don't know their last name. You don't know their middle name. You don't know their favorite color. You never met their family. And our grandmother used to say, when you meet someone, you need to shake that family tree to see what kind of nuts fall out of it.
Yeah.
Because you don't know what you're dealing with. So you have to get to know people. Oftentimes people get so connected and they start saying, we're in love, I'm in love, and this is good, and they start
showing themselves,
showing who they really are, and then you start saying, but I still love them.
Yeah,
I still love them, and I'm gonna try harder.
And
I'm gonna try harder. I'm gonna try harder to make them love me the way I want to be loved.
Because I'm the bomb.
That's a waste of time.
And it's a waste of time. Exactly. Just to put a pin in that, I got the definition of lust, and it is a noun, and it's a very strong sexual desire. And we're gonna bust out some synonyms: sexual desire, sexual appetite, adore, desire, have passion for. It's more sexually and physical than anything.
Yeah, but
it also is selfish. I do get that, but I just wanted to throw that up in there.
But lust, see, they not giving you a full definition of lust, because they're saying sexual lust, but you can lust after anything. You can lust after money. You can lust after anything. So, lust is something that you go after without caring about of another person. It's like, this is what I want. I often use this with the kids I teach. If I put $100 bill down on the table and say, this is my $100 bill, and I walk out the room and say, that's my $100 bill, nobody mess with it, will my $100 bill be there when I get back? And most of the students will say, no, it's not going to be there. And I'm saying, what, you took my money? So they lusted after it. See, lust will cause you to do something that you normally wouldn't do. Right. So you look at it for a while, the $100 bill, you start thinking about, I really need that $100 bill. I really can use that. I really can do some things, And then after a while, you keep looking at it, lusting after it. After a while, it's taken.
Right.
Then you turn around and lie about it. So lust is not a good thing, I don't think. But we agree.
Yeah, but I'm talking about, we
agree to disagree on that.
I'm just saying, but it's just like a little bit. Lust is needed. Just a little bit of it. Not the selfish love, the unselfish lust.
Okay.
I'm talking about.
New definition. Unselfish lust.
Yes.
Okay.
Y'all hear that?
We got it.
We're pointing it. So, back to love. So, love and relationship.
Yes. So how do you build a relationship? How would you start a love relationship? What would be one of the first, and we're going to continue this on another show, but how would you enter into, what would be the qualifications of the other person to enter into this relationship? You look at the person, you're spending time with them, and you say, you know what, I really want to build a relationship with this person. Where would you start?
I think you would have to start with a friendship for that to happen. You would have to just start to get to know each other, so to see even if you can become friends.
Yeah. Because
you just can't say, oh, we're going to be friends. It doesn't work like that. You're not in elementary school where you see somebody, you think they got some cool shoes. Oh, that's my friend. You have to actually get to know. I know I can't be friends with everybody. I don't get along with everybody. You're not gonna like everybody. Even the person that you are attracted to, infatuated with, lusting after, that's not a guarantee that you even gonna like that person. I've been there. I've been there. Recently, just a little snippet. It was this guy, and we exchanged numbers, and I'm like, he's handsome, he's smart, all this stuff, whatever. And started talking to him on the phone, and I was like, bro, I can't talk to you. I don't even like you. I don't like you as a person. I don't know him as a complete person, but just that one conversation, that first real conversation we had, I was like, oh no. And I had to keep it 100. Mm-hmm.
So what's more important? So you can be infatuated with someone because of their outer appearance, right?
And what they tell you.
And what they tell you. Do you believe everything a person tell you when you're just meeting them and you're starting this relationship?
Yes.
Do you have a reason not to?
Because I don't have a reason not to.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when you find out that something's not true,
stuff.
Will you overlook some things when a red flag start waving? Will you overlook it because you're so infatuated with them and you want to have the relationship? Will you overlook something about that person that you really don't like? But it's like, that's that one thing I don't like, but I got 5 other things that I would like.
Will I or wouldn't?
Will you?
Okay, I have in the past, yes. Now, no. Now I'm learning through hard lessons to take heed to those red flags, because those red flags, they become bullets, a cannon. Like it becomes something that you can't really ignore anymore, because it's like, okay, I've had enough. So if you already know, like, that's why it's good to know what you will tolerate and what you won't, and have that up front. Because if you like, oh, okay, if you like a little pussyfoot around with it, that's going to bite you in your butt. You know? I'm speaking from experience.
Yeah, I agree. So I think one of the mistakes people do make, and I've made it too, is like when you first start dating someone, it's like everybody's putting on airs. The real person hasn't surfaced yet.
3 months.
Because you're trying to impress. You're trying to impress one another. And it's almost like you're saying, yeah, I'm the greatest thing you ever met. And they're saying the same thing. So when you said 3 months, within 3 months you start letting your guard down, and you start seeing things. One of the things, I believe, around 3 months. Sometimes it's earlier than that.
Or is it 3 months or 6 months? It's either one of those.
But when you can go out with a person, and the way they treat other people, you can tell a lot about their character. And they can, say something harsh to a waiter or something, and then turn around and smile at you. It's like, that's not good. So you have to be upfront.
Yeah.
And you have to talk about real things before you get into, that next level. One of the things I think is another problem is that people become sexual too quick.
Yeah.
They enter, and now society is kind of like saying it's just sex. There's no really emotional bond. It's just something you want to do and you do it. But it's not. That's not true.
Yeah, it is. Like nowadays, people will say, "Oh, I need to try that." Like, well, huh?
And why is that all right? I've heard men.
You gotta try it.
I've heard men approach women almost that way and say something to them, and they just smile like it's cute, like that was
appropriate.
Yeah, like that was a compliment. That's not a compliment, ladies. That is an insult. And when guys do that, and you giggle and grin about it, and they're saying that about you, about your body, they're lusting after you. And when you giggle and grin and do all that stuff, what they're saying, oh, I can get that today. It ain't no big deal, because you're already kind of giving in to the his pursuit, or his, coming on to you. So we have to really be careful. I really have a heart for young women, because I've been through a whole lot of crazy in relationships. And I look at some of the young women now and my granddaughters and what have you, and I'm saying, come on. You have to hold yourself to a higher standard. Love is great. Love is wonderful. I mean, it really is. And we don't talk about it for a lot. We don't talk about the true meaning of love. We just talk about, the world calls lust love. And we watch it on the movies and what have you. And they're saying this is love. That's not love, what we're saying. And another thing, these are actors portraying something somebody told them to portray. That's not true love. So in pursuit of true love, You have to start with yourself.